Rick and Morty's 7th season has once again thrust audiences into the chaotic and unpredictable world of animated science fiction, delivering a mix of ingenious storytelling, meta-commentary, and trademark dark humour. With each episode, the show continues to push the boundaries of its own creativity while offering fans a wild ride through the multiverse. The show has been wrapped up in its own controversy, that of co-creator and main voice actor Justin Roiland. Season 7 currently is the worst reviewed of all the seasons, and has the lowest viewership of any series. Many will attribute this to the loss of Justin Roiland, but lower viewership has been a continuous trend of the series for the last few years. Me personally, I am a huge fan of Rick and Morty, which I attribute to its tremendous creativity of which the show prides itself on. Personally, I've never cared for bad episodes simply because I enjoy creativity. One week perhaps an episode is bad, then one week an episode is so good it asks you to contemplate your own existence in this world. Yeah, this is a cartoon. Rick and Morty took the action of replacing the voice actor and original creator with unknown voice actors for this latest season. For me, the ultimate charm of this series was Roiland. He was the person who led the show with his unscripted improvisation, which was always left in the show. I enjoyed the creativity and the addition of showing this creative process. But could new voice actors capture this lightning in a bottle Roiland and Harmon had harnessed? Unfortunately, I think the answer to this is a yes and a no. But firstly, let's talk about the series as a whole. As always, the writers showcase their ability to seamlessly blend episodic storytelling with overarching plotlines. While some episodes function as standalone adventures, others contribute to the larger narrative arc, offering a sense of continuity and progression. This balance keeps the audience engaged, providing a satisfying mix of immediate gratification and long-term investment. The animation quality remains top-notch, with the visuals reaching new heights of creativity. The various alien landscapes, bizarre creatures, and mind-bending concepts are a testament to the show's commitment to pushing the boundaries of animated storytelling. The attention to detail in the animation enhances the overall viewing experience and underscores the show's commitment to quality production. Season 7 also doesn't shy away from social commentary, tackling contemporary issues with the same satirical wit that fans have come to expect. The writers deftly weave these elements into the narrative, offering a thought-provoking layer to this show's comedic core. As the title of this video suggests, this was a series of experimentation. And why not? You've just lost a main creator source, so why not experiment? An aspect I commend this season for. Was it the strongest season? Not by a long shot. But Rick and Morty continues to push its own boundaries in Season 7. This season sees a big departure from its own namesake, as Rick and Morty pair up very rarely. Instead, the show experiments, something which I love. With two new voice actors, now is the time to decide what works and what doesn't. This is kind of Phase 1 MCU. Let's work out the kinks of what works and what doesn't, and then build off the positives. I mean, we get an episode of Morty and Mr. Goldenfold, the goddamn maths teacher. Does this season work? No, it doesn't, unfortunately. I feel there are more misses than hits overall within this season. Season 7, Episode 1 started with, I felt, finding its feet. Having guest voice actors of Hugh Jackman playing himself felt beneath the show itself. The show never needed big guest actors unless they were throwaway characters. However, Jackman acts as kind of a guide for Rick and Mr. Poopy Butthole. I felt Jackman's inclusion was a hook rather than a creative choice, and whilst he is quite funny in the episode, ultimately the episode felt flat. The middle episodes do pick up, and Mortrician, Rick Fending Your Mort, and Rise of the Numericons the movie were subsequent highlights. However, Rick and Morty spends this season experimenting with various character combinations instead of focusing on its titular characters. The main family actually gets very little play within this season, and this did surprise me. Instead of relying on the very talented voice actors in Chris Parnell, Sarah Chalk and Spencer Grammer, the season decides to branch out into the minor characters, a decision which did baffle me. For me, this was the time to put these characters front and centre, and instead the season decides to give them one episode each, which is extremely disappointing. Within this season, Rick and Morty both feel majorly different characters, and I'm willing to accept the development of them as we've become to this inevitable point. Rick and Morty's focus on Rick's psyche is a welcome change to norm, but added in with the additional change to Rick's own feelings towards his immediate family does feel a little bit forced. Now, our Rick very much cares deeply about his Morty and his family around him, and this isn't the Rick we know. For me, this feels a byproduct of Rick's new voice actor, Ian Cardione, who does an excellent job as Rick. His voice is less gruff, and I feel he improvises his lines just as well as Justin Roiland. However, Roiland evidently has a darker sense of humour and is playing, so Cardione is playing Rick as more sympathetic and understanding. But Morty's voice is a different story.
Okay, that's it. 2 crows. You're fired.
You know what? Eat shit. You're just trying to make me feel worthless.
I never
telling you, man. You're making a big mistake here.
I can accept difference in actors' voices, but unfortunately, Rick's actor is so spot on whilst Morty is way off. And hey, the voices have changed from season 1 very gradually, but this is a drastic change, which, when noticeable, is a distracting feature of the show. I don't want to dwell on this because the focus of this review is the quality of the show, but I need to talk about it for a bit because for me, Morty's new voice distracted me. However, I do believe the actors can grow into these roles, something I think Rick's voice actor did do by the end, because I couldn't even distinguish between him and Roiland. So I would say let's give these actors some more time because they will learn their version and their interpretation of these characters. Some episodes, while entertaining, may come across as overly convoluted, making it challenging to follow the plot at times. Additionally, the show's penchant for meta-commentary and self-awareness is pushed to the extreme in certain moments, which is potentially alienating viewers who prefer a more straightforward narrative. Overall, this season feels like an experimentation, looking deeper into the characters of Rick and Morty and tinkering with their dynamic, whilst also looking to different team-ups, and just working out this new look Rick and Morty, what works and what doesn't. Some huge positives I think from the series, but some negatives. I do believe Rick and Morty are now nearing the edge of becoming stale, and in conclusion, Rick and Morty Season 7 maintains the series' reputation for moments of brilliance that at times captivates and challenges its audiences with its unique blend of humour, heart and mind-bending storytelling, and I do think Season 7 stands as a testament to the show's enduring appeal and ability to reinvent itself while trying to stay true to its roots. Overall, this was a very middling series, but I do think they are building something for later episodes, and I think we will see a big pickup in quality in future seasons.